Hello guys, welcome to Joker Recaps channel, and today you are going to watch the breakdown of the psychological horror movie The Woman in the Yard, released in 2025, whose director is Warm Colette Serra, who has previously made movies like House of Wax, Orphan, The Shallows and Black Adam. That means something is going to happen in direction. But the main thing is that Blumhouse has come up with another family horror, and the year was also supposed to start with this. So we'll have to see what's in it. Because Blumhouse's family horror formula isn't working very well at the moment. So let us start the story quickly without wasting much time. Music. At the beginning of the movie, we see Ramona lying in bed in the morning watching a video of her husband David on repeat. In that video, David is seen lying on the same bed, and after waking up early in the morning, he is telling Ramona about the dream he saw the previous night. In fact, David had used all his savings to buy this old farmhouse in a secluded area away from the city because it was always his dream to live a peaceful life with just his wife and kids and no one else. So he had a dream that they had repaired this old house and made it look like new, and the fields and barns outside had also become completely green. What David had worked so hard for has finally come true. The only thing left is to name that farmhouse. He never thought about what to name his haven. But I have definitely thought that I have to name it. This was David's dream, which Ramona daily hears because that dream remained a dream. Neither could the house be repaired, nor could any greenery appear, nor did the farm get any name because David died in a car crash some time ago. His dream went with him. Now, the condition of the house is worse than before because Ramona also broke her leg in the crash, and it is not even close to healing yet. That's why Ramona also can't do any work, and because of this there is a shortage of everything in the house. If all the bills are pending, then the electricity department can cut off the power at any time. There is nothing to eat, and the atmosphere at home has become completely negative. Ramona is struggling with physical pain, but her mental and emotional pain is much worse than that. The life partner with whom he was supposed to create heaven on earth is now gone, so he too does not see any point in living anymore. Still, she prays every day to give me courage because I also have 2 children. The elder son Taylor and the younger daughter Annie will have to become strong to raise them. Now everything depends on this. This is the link which, if broken, will cause everything to fall apart. Therefore, keeping the sorrow aside, she tries to spend time with her children daily. However, he is unable to do so because his grief is eating him up from the inside. She wants to talk lovingly with the children, but she gets very angry over small things, and then she has no control over herself. She herself doesn't know what she will do and say in anger. After speaking, I realize that I should not have said it. This way the children will go away from me. Ramona starts considering herself a burden because she is helpless. I can't do any housework. The tailor does all the work. Whether it's cooking, taking care of Annie, looking after the chickens, or the dog Charlie. All the responsibility has now fallen upon Taylor. That's why he too remains a bit upset, because he feels that Mom is no longer the same as before. She has become more strict than before and has completely stopped listening. Emotionally, she is completely cut off from her children. Overall, there is a very negative atmosphere in the house. All the happiness has disappeared. All happiness and peace has vanished, and there is total darkness all around, in which all 3 are drowning. Yet somehow the bus is still running. The huge cracks in the walls of the house are saying a lot. Well, I have explained the whole scenario to you. Now let's come back to the opening. Ramona was lying on the bed watching a video of David. Then Taylor comes into his room to tell him that the power in the house has gone off. Now call the electricians because Taylor has to play video games during the day. Otherwise his day doesn't pass. But Ramona doesn't care much about light because she keeps the room dark. Even now, only when the tailor came and removed the curtains, there was some light. Ramona just needs light to charge her phone so that she can watch David's video on repeat, and while watching the video her phone goes dead again, and since there is no light now, it won't charge either, meaning she won't be able to call the electricity department because she only has one phone. Taylor's phone is broken, so he has to play video games. Now Ramona leaves her room and goes to Annie's room and sees that Annie has made a house of sheets and is sitting in it and telling a story to her penguin toy about the wolf and the 3 birds, but she changed the story. The wolf had not come to eat the pixies but to befriend them. Ramona asks why. So Annie said the penguins didn't like the scary parts, so I changed them. Here Telly started giving food to Charlie, but the dogwood was finished. Then Taylor took the potatoes out of the fridge and gave them to him after several days. So that my mother doesn't feel any pressure, I didn't tell her. When I started preparing breakfast for everyone, I noticed that the stove was not working properly. On top of that, all the matchsticks were also finished. Still, instead of giving an excuse, he went straight to the attic where his dad's belongings were kept in a box. From there, Taylor picked up his dad's lighter and also picked up a cup on which his dad's favorite quote was written. Meanwhile, Ramona was taking her medicine. Then we see that she does not like to see herself in the mirror. As she somehow went down the stairs to have breakfast, she saw that Annie was using a big knife. Seeing this, Ramona quickly stopped him and admonished Taylor to take care of this. Taylor could have said a lot in response because he hasn't had time to even breathe since morning. But he remained silent. From whatever we have seen of Taylor so far, it is clear that he understands the situation at home. As soon as Ramona sat down, she quickly served breakfast, and since there was no electricity, she also asked Ramona what would happen to the food kept in the fridge. It will get spoiled like this. So Ramona said don't open the fridge again and again. If there is cooling, the food will also be fine. There was a moment of laughter for a while. But that too was about to turn into crying when Charlie vomited. Because of stale potatoes. Seeing this, Ramona said, "Why didn't you give it dog food?" So Taylor said, "Because it isn't there." He sat down to eat again. Then Ramona said to tie Charlie outside and bring him. He said that I am eating right now. But Ramona did not listen to him at all. Do what I am told. He went out with Charlie. Annie started cleaning up the vomit, and in the meantime Ramona opened an email which had well wishes and a message saying that we are with you in this time of grief. Just then, in the reflection of the window inside a glass, he saw that someone was sitting outside, and then the same moment of the accident flashed before his eyes, from which he was pulled out by Taylor by telling him that a woman was sitting outside in the yard. When Ramona looked outside, she saw a lady sitting in front of her, completely covered in black clothes. Seeing her, many questions arose in their minds because she looked quite scary. No one lives for miles around. Otherwise, suddenly a lady brings her own personal chair completely covered in black and is sitting in front of their house, enjoying the sun. It will definitely seem strange. She was sitting like a statue without moving, and Charlie was continuously barking at her. Annie was extremely frightened and suddenly blurted out that if Daddy was here he would have known what to do. Just after hearing this, Ramona went out to talk to that lady. Taylor tried to stop her, but she didn't stop. After going out, he first tried to quiet Charlie, but he kept barking. This is the first time that Charlie is not listening to him. Otherwise it becomes silent in one voice. Leaving him, Ramona went to the lady, and the lady started asking Ramona, "How did I reach here?" Ramona said, "How do I know? And I must ask this question." Instead of answering, that lady started asking the opposite question, "What is your name? Is this house yours?" Ramona tells her that if you are lost then I will help you. Tell me what you want. So the lady said nothing, "I am fine." Then Ramona said, "Okay, then get out of here. Why are you sitting here, outside my house? My husband must be coming. Leave before he comes." Hearing this, the lady said that your husband is not going to come. Your broken leg and that broken car are telling that you were lucky, but your husband was not lucky. Both the children also came out and were peeking. So Ramona asked him to come inside. But by then the lady had noticed him. The lady said that your children are very nice. They are perfectly ripe to eat. Now the line of competence has been crossed here. So Ramona started backing off, saying that if she didn't leave, She would call the police, which she could not do. The lady tells her that today is that day. Ramona, you called and I came. Today is that day. Then she showed her hands and there was blood on them, and that blood was of Ramona's chickens which the lady had killed. And that too while sitting so far away, without touching it. Ramona's eyes remained wide open. Only now did he start taking the matter seriously. She quickly retreated and came back to the house. But instead of going into the house, she went to the back shed where her Jeep was parked. Sitting inside the Jeep, she was trying to charge her phone from the Jeep. But even after trying a lot, the Jeep did not start. Meanwhile, Charlie was constantly barking, so the lady again extended her hands and the shadow of her hands reached Charlie. Then suddenly, his barking stopped. Now we understand how the lady killed those chickens while sitting. By using your shadow. That means Charlie is finished too. And this also explains why she is sitting comfortably in a chair in front of the house, because as the sun sets behind her, her shadow will be able to cover the entire house. The danger has just begun. A lot is going to happen with this family in the future. Ramona has sensed that danger. But he did not tell anything to the children so that they would not get scared. He changed the entire story for the children. Just like Annie had changed it for her toy. She said that I had gone to the shed to get a torch and this lady is just like this. She thinks I'm a nurse. Maybe she ran away from a nursing home and maybe she's still not taking her medication. One should stay away from people in such condition. While saying these things, he locked the entire house and Taylor did not believe his words at all. He was asking him questions and advising him to take out Dad's gun or else I will take it out. Ramona tells him to go to his room but he refuses, and his refusal makes Ramona so angry that she picks up David's cup and hits him on the floor with all her might. Now you understand why the kids don't refuse anything he says, because then anything happens at his hands. David's cup was so special for all of them, but Ramona destroyed it in one stroke. When anger overpowers it, it does not think of anything. What is special and what is not? What will be the loss? What effect will it have on the children? Nothing. And the worrying thing is that anger dominates him 24 hours a day. That's why kids can't connect with it anymore. Taylor quietly went and sat in front of the window in the adjacent room from where he was keeping an eye on the lady. The situation is also bad for Taylor because he cannot show his emotions to anyone. After Dad, now he has to fulfill Dad's responsibilities. He is asking questions because he is afraid for his family. He wants to take full precautions in advance. But it seems that all caution is useless in front of that lady. Taylor glared at him. But in the blink of an eye she came closer to the house and no one even noticed. His shadow also kept moving forward and reached the crashed car, and the shadow was so heavy that it crushed the car. After some time, Taylor fell asleep while sitting and Annie started doing her writing work. Seeing which we came to know that she writes R in reverse. Meanwhile, Ramona was looking at the stitches on her leg. He removed a small piece of flesh from it, and as he removed it, a thread was seen coming out from inside. When Ramona pulled him, he kept pulling. But when I looked later, there was nothing there. It was all a figment of Ramona's imagination. We also learn that Ramona is a painter, and before the accident, she was working on a painting that was not completed. While looking at the puppy on Annie's book, she suddenly remembered Charlie, whose voice had not been heard for a long time and neither had they paid any attention to it. She quickly went out to look for him, but he was not outside. And the chain with which he was tied was also buried in the ground and was going towards the doghouse. Ramona started to pull the chain and it came out tearing the soil. But the front was broken. Charlie wasn't tied into that. So Ramona came in again and sat quietly. He did not even mention this. But when Taylor opens her eyes after a while, she notices that Ramona has gone out and sees the mud on her shoes and the mud footprints. However, when he asked what happened, so Ramona said nothing. Taylor started playing with his ball, which Ramona didn't like. When he refused, Taylor said that we can drive to our neighbor's house to ask them for help. But Ramona refused to do this also. He didn't tell me that the Jeep was ain't starting but said that I can't drive in this condition. So Taylor gave the solution to this also, that I will drive. It's just a matter of 1 mile. It will take 10 minutes, and I have driven the Jeep twice with my dad. But Ramona still did not agree. Then Taylor said that I will go on foot. But Ramona explained to him in pure English that you will not go anywhere. So in return, Taylor abused him in a low voice which she also heard, and she could not believe that her son used such a word for her. Bitch. Then he started playing with the ball again, and Ramona was so angry that she felt like picking up the knife lying nearby and hitting him with it. And controlling his anger, he just snatched the ball and threw it out of the window. Then I gave a good lecture to Annie also, that she should write R straight, and how much should I tell her? Should I just keep telling this to both the brother and sister the whole day? You don't understand it at once. After saying all this, when I calmed down, I felt that I had done something wrong. Then to make everything right, she hugged Annie and started saying sorry, and in the process stabbed her in the back. He saw this in the mirror. Actually, he did not do anything at all. I wish I could say that. In reality also he inserted the knife but in the pillow, thinking it was for Annie. Taylor's eyes widened when she saw this. But he was able to react somehow. Before that, Annie's screaming voice was heard. She went to the kitchen to get water, and there something entered her leg. Can anyone tell me what this is? A piece of the same cup that Ramona broke in anger. See how his anger is proving harmful for his loved ones. But the main thing is that he still doesn't realize this. Are you still blaming Taylor? That can't you keep an eye on this? She took Annie to her room. To give him first air, and taking advantage of this opportunity, Taylor went straight to the shed. From where he had to leave with the Jeep. But only if the Jeep starts. He also kept an eye on the lady. But in the blink of an eye she disappeared and came near the shed. With his shadow he uncovered the crashed car, and Taylor was watching all this. A glimpse of it was also seen in the mirror here. Now the shadow had come very close to the shed. So Taylor quickly came out and attacked him. But instead of lady, it turns out to be Ramona, and she narrowly escapes. Otherwise even his hair would not have been saved. That lady is still sitting on the chair. After coming back home, Mona started shouting at Taylor, but this time Taylor also did not stop. He said that you are lying to us. You knew that the Jeep was not starting, yet you did not tell us, and you also know this lady, but you are not telling us. You have been lying since morning. He tells Annie that his words cannot be trusted. She takes medicine meant for mad people. Upon hearing this, Ramona became so angry that she threw whatever she could lay her hands on at Taylor. It was good that it was just a small basket. But that was enough for Taylor. Now he had had enough. He went straight to the study room, opened the locker and took out his dad's gun. In which there was only one bullet. The remaining bullets were finished. When Ramona came stumbling to stop him, he locked her in the same room, and by then the lady had come closer to the house. So Taylor went straight out and pointed a gun at him and said, "Get out of there by the count of 10 or else I will shoot you." On hearing his warning, the lady stood up, but not to leave from there but to come closer to him, and she revealed her face and through her eyes told the Taylor that you do not know how to load the gun, let alone shooting it. Taylor was thinking himself safe with the gun in his hand because he did not know that the lady could finish him off just with her shadow. The lady didn't harm him, though. On the contrary, I helped him by telling him that your mother is telling you all lies. Even today and since the day your dad died. Hearing this shocking news, Taylor went back inside, and by then Ramona had got Annie to open the door. But now Taylor was demanding answers from him. Till date, Ramona has said that the road was wet that night because of rain, so Dad lost control and the car crashed. In which even I, the poor girl, broke my leg. But in reality something else happened. The scary parts it's already been bringing out are because those parts are scary in themselves. What actually happened was that Ramona and David went out for dinner, and at that very moment Ramona completely shattered David's golden dreams by saying that she had to go back to the city. I can't live in this house. David was shocked to hear this because both of them had taken this big step after careful consideration and with each other's consent. But it had not been long since he had shifted and Ramona retreated. David was deeply shocked. But he was still calmly explaining to Ramona that we cannot shift again so soon. We have invested all the money in this and the children are also very happy, so we should give some time to this. He was saying that both of us will find a solution together. But Ramona did not come to seek advice from him. She had come to tell him clearly. He has to go back to the city. It means I have to go. It does not matter whether the family goes or not. That means she told David that I am leaving you and the children. I am separating from you. After taking such a big step together, Ramona is backing off, leaving David alone. Now David should take care of the house that he has bought. He should also take care of the children and handle whatever upheaval occurs in life. Even take care of whatever happens after he's gone. But guess what? What happened was exactly the opposite. Everything came down to Ramona. Surprisingly, she also looks very happy in the videos that she watches daily. She is fully supporting David in his words. But suddenly one night he said something that destroyed the whole family's world. Now let us see how the accident happened, which is the biggest problem. Ramona told the children that your dad was driving while in reality she was driving herself and David was sitting in the seat next to her. Suddenly, while driving, Ramona saw the same lady in the rear view mirror who was sitting outside and whose shadow had now reached inside the house. First she was seen outside and then in the same moment she was seen sitting inside the car, that too with her mouth torn on one side. Just looking at him, Ramona's attention was diverted from the front. Due to which the car crashed directly into the car coming from the front. As a result, David was killed and Ramona's leg was broken. But even in this he added lies and put the entire blame on David, saying that he was driving the car. Because of that, my leg also got broken so that children do not start hating it. Meaning that when her husband and children needed her she left them without any care, and after the crash when she felt that now she needed her children who would take care of everything, she lied to the children so that they might not abandon her after hearing the truth. This is the truth of it. This means that this suffocation which is happening every day is not because of sadness but because of guilt. Guilt is eating him from the inside. What a life it was and what happened. Just because it did not deliver value in time. That's why we should value even small things. Even if you are not satisfied, at least you should be grateful. If someone is not getting any reason to feel grateful, then he should visit a government hospital once. Don't even go inside, just come from outside. Well, the sun was about to set and because of her position the lady's shadow had spread across the entire house. He had caused total havoc, which posed a threat to all three. So Taylor quickly used his mind and covered all the windows because if sunlight doesn't come in, there will be no shadow either. Yet, to save his life, he had to go to a very dark place, which was the attic. The three quickly arrived at the attic. But there were also two windows through which the shadow came in and started pulling Annie out. Taylor covered the windows in time and Ramona blocked the attic door with the same gun. Soon the sun set and all three of them breathed a sigh of relief that now the shadow could not enter inside. The shadow cannot come but the lady can come. Did you forget him? That lady was sitting in the attic with her chair. But as soon as I shone the torch on it, there was nothing. Just a chair because she was standing behind him. Pushing the kids aside, Ramona started fighting with him. But with one push he imprisoned Ramona in the shadow. Ramona had become a shadow. I was trying my best to get out of here but nothing was happening. Right in front of him she disappeared with Lady Anne and he could do nothing. But as soon as he left, Ramona was back. She hugged a frightened Taylor and then they saw the light of a torch from below, which was in Annie's hand. Both of them quickly reached downstairs and saw that the light was coming from the same locker from which the gun had been taken out. Leaving Taylor there, Ramona started going inside alone, then Taylor gave her dad's lighter with which she went inside that locker. There was a tunnel inside the locker through which Ramona reached the same moment in the video when David was telling her about his dream. The moment she sees on daily repeat, the moment she wanted back, she has now reached it. She directly hugged David and started crying, and then she realized that this world is not real. The tattoo on David's arm was upside down, and in the photo nearby, the word Ramona was written upside down. That means it was a mirror. When it came out of the tunnel, it came out through the mirror only. That means this is a mirror world. Realizing this, she sat down silently, and then David covered her face with a cloth and caught hold of her. Then when he opened his eyes, he found himself outside the house behind the curtain, and someone was coming towards him from the front. It was she herself. As soon as the Ramona from the front came closer, this Ramona asked her, "How did I reach here?" Hearing this, Ramona from the front said that how would I know, and I should ask this question. That means we have come to the same morning scene when suddenly the lady came and sat outside the house and Ramona went out to talk to her. In this scene it is shown that the lady is Ramona herself. She is trying to come out from that curtain. But she feels as if she is drowning. Now here the other Ramona tells her that today is that day, Ramona. As soon as she came out from behind the curtain, she reached the attic. All the moments where we saw Lady are now featuring Ramona. Like when she was seen sitting on the chair in the attic, and even when Annie was picked up and taken away, Ramona is seen in it too, and her children are scared of her only and not of any lady. Now Annie is in his lap and there is blood on her hands like that lady had on her hands. She looks at herself in the mirror, and then we come to the other side of the mirror in the real world where Ramona is sitting in the same manner with Annie in her lap. Only there's no blood on his hands and Annie's alive too. Suddenly Taylor comes into the room and says we have to leave. So Ramona takes the gun from him and sends Annie down with him because she wanted to talk to that lady alone. Now you will wonder where this scene came from. It did not make any sense. So I make it. Forget everything about going through the locker into the mirror world. The simple scene is that it was Ramona who picked up Sunny in the attic and brought her down, not any lady. All this is happening after that. Now Ramona points the gun at the lady and tells her to leave them alone and go away. But the lady was in no mood to leave. She says that I have been wanting to see this gun in your hand for a long time. That is why I have come to help you as you called me. Now, it is revealed here that the courage that Ramona asks for by praying daily is not to ask for the courage to walk again but to end her life, and today her plea has been heard. Today is the day it will destroy itself. It itself had thrown away all the bullets of the gun except one which it would use on itself. The lady was convincing him to die, but he was saying that my children need me. So the lady said that it was there earlier also. The lady shows him that his children will succeed without him. If they stay with you, nothing will happen to them. Therefore, stay away from them and set them free. Just seeing this, Ramona agreed. She agreed to the lady's advice, but first she went and met her children for the last time. He told the children to go to the neighboring farm. Taylor felt something was strange. But because of Annie, he had to go. And before leaving, Annie gave her penguin to Ramona so that she does not feel alone. After the kids left, Ramona went into the shed and sat on the same chair with the lady, and the lady forcibly placed the gun under her face. The lady was forcing him to hurry up as we don't have the whole day. Ramona did not want to do it, but the lady forced her to do it. Then Ramona's eyes fell on Annie's penguin. Then we see that lady's shadow merges with Ramona's shadow. After this we were shown the mirror, and then we came out of the shed. We are waiting for the sound of the gunshot. But that didn't happen as Ramona changed the scary parts once again. She got up and came outside, and the children also came back from there. Along with Charlie and even Light. Now a nameplate has also been installed on his farm with the name Aris Heaven. Everything got set in a single moment because we are in the mirror world. That incomplete painting of Ramona was also completed. But it has Ramona's name written upside down. This makes it clear that all this is happening in the mirror world. From which it also became clear that Ramona killed herself in the real world because in the mirror world everything happens in reverse. If so much happiness has come into it, it means that a mountain of sorrow has been broken in the real world. The movie ends with this. Now the biggest question is, who was that lady? The answer to this is also simple. She was the embodiment of the negativity inside Lady Ramona. That is, the manifestation of the darkness inside him. Whatever bad thoughts he had in his insane mind, he manifested them in his life in the form of that lady. But when did this start? When we first shifted to this farmhouse, everything was fine. We know this from the video with David. But gradually Ramona started hating that life, and from there negativity was born inside her. Ramona had told that she paints whatever comes to her mind. So, from a painting kept in the house, we come to know that he had drawn this negativity. That too in the form of the same lady. So in that very form the lady came into his life. It was first seen in the rear view mirror of the car. The day Ramona announced her separation from the family. That very day I invited darkness into my life. Then he saw the darkness in the form of a lady, causing the car to crash, and David was killed. After which that darkness and negativity became an integral part of Ramona's life. One thing to keep in mind is that the lady was seen only in the mirror. But the mirror was broken in that crash. After which she came out of the mirror world and came to the real world. That means she started living with Ramona. Then a day came when he came forward and told Ramona that today is the day when you will leave. Because that's what Ramona has been asking for since the crash. He simply did not have that much courage. Now everything here is symbolic too. Why was that day special? What was it like that day? There was no light that day. Ramona couldn't charge her phone, and since she couldn't charge her phone, she couldn't divert her mind. There was no electricity, so all three family members had to spend time together, which made Ramona even more upset. She was getting angry over small things, and wrong thoughts were also coming into her mind, which we also saw. He felt like killing the children, and those thoughts were also shown to us inside the mirror. You must remember that Ramona was lying comfortably in her room in darkness. Taylor came and removed the curtains from the window, due to which light came in. Right. And what did Taylor do after that? I kept covering the curtains on the windows. Everything is symbolic. Ramona had lost her mind early in the morning. Then with each and everything his temper started increasing. That is, his insane mind started dominating him, and his sane mind kept getting suppressed. This was also shown to us repeatedly. She would get so angry over small things that she would break cups and throw something at me. Stuck a knife in the pillow. When his insane mind overpowers him, i.e. darkness. Then later he feels that he should not have done this. When sane mind had arrived. This is shown to us repeatedly in the movie, literally but also symbolically. When Ramona was trapped in the shadows and the lady came forward and took Annie away. But later it was revealed that it was Ramona herself who had taken Annie away. That is, when her insane mind dominated her, she felt trapped like a shadow. He had no control over himself, and that lady was the darkness inside him, so through her we were shown that he pushed Ramona and imprisoned her in the shadow. That means the darkness-filled corner of his mind came forward, pushing the good mind back. This was happening to him repeatedly since morning. But as the night progressed, it became extreme. This means that whatever the shadow was doing was actually Ramona's insane mind doing it. That means Ramona did everything with her own hands. At the end we saw that the lady's shadow mixed with his shadow. This meant that the work of that darkness was now over. Because Ramona shot herself. Call it intrusive thoughts, call it negativity, whatever name you can give to the bad. The only thing is that she was born from within Lady Ramona. There was a dark side inside him. Now let's talk about what actually happened in the movie. What happened from morning to evening was that Ramona did everything. Earlier, when she went out to talk to the lady, she killed the chickens because she hated chickens. He told me this at dinner time. Then when she went out the second time to check on Charlie, she actually went to kill Charlie because Taylor was sleeping, So she took advantage of that and killed him because she was also disturbed by Charlie's barking. On top of that, he even vomited in front of her, and while doing all this, his dark mind was dominating him. He just wanted to get rid of everyone, even his children. So the fact is that before killing herself, Ramona also killed her children. This movie also gives us such a hint. That too, again and again. Both the kids were scared of him. Whatever happened in the attic was also Ramona's doing. He had no control over himself. Then eventually he took his own life. Now it will become a bit darker. So we assume that the kids went to the neighboring farm. This will clear another doubt of ours, that if in the end that mirror world was shown in which the name on the painting was upside down, then why was the name of the house outside, AAR's heaven, straight? That's because that name was given to her by Ramona's children after her death, that too in the real world. Within the movie, the real world was repeatedly colliding with the mirror world. Sometimes that lady was in the real world but was not visible in the mirror, and the next moment she was visible in the mirror but was not in the real world. It is difficult to find out when which world is being shown. But it can be found out from the written words. If they are upside down, then it is the mirror world, and if they are straight, then it is the real world. When she was convincing Lady Ramona to die, it was the darkness in her mind that was reasoning with her. Many people are also angry that Ramona killed herself so that my children will be happy without me. It shouldn't have been shown like this. But this is actually what happens. Whenever a person takes such a step, he definitely thinks that his close ones will be happier without him. He is troubled because of me. It shows that the negativity inside us convinces us. There comes a time in depression when one reaches a very edge. A person feels that everything will be fine only when everything is over. Which happened in this as well, but in the mirror world. Something very bad has happened in the real world. Nothing went right. So the lesson here is not what you are thinking. The lesson is that if you postpone that age time for longer or fight your negative thoughts and come out of it, only then will everything actually start getting okay. That lady was also forcing Ramona to hurry up, as we don't have the whole day, because if the day passed then that lady would disappear. That is, that darkness would disappear, and if she would come again then Ramona would be ready for it, because then Ramona would know how to deal with her, not getting influenced by her words. This is the message of this movie, that don't surrender in front of your negative thoughts, fight them, destroy them. If the sun has set then the sun will also rise, if night has come then the day will also come. When Ramona was removing the curtain from over herself and she was feeling that she is drowning. It feels exactly like this. But this feeling is not permanent. Everyone should understand this. The lady's secret is revealed. Now let us come to another amazing symbolism. Ramona came out into the mirror world after going into that gun locker. That means it was a way for him to go to the mirror world. But why? Because he had a gun in which he had only one bullet left. Just for this moment. Got it? If she opens the locker and takes out the gun, the path to the mirror world will open for her. Because she will kill herself with that gun. He won't be able to control it. That's why she was repeatedly telling Taylor not to take out the gun, because she knew that if the gun came into her hands, her intrusive thoughts would take her life, as it happened. That lady also said that I was waiting for a long time for this gun to come into your hands. Apart from this, the fate of the family was written at the same moment when that negativity was born inside Ramona. When the lady appeared in the mirror for the first time, she revealed her fate to Ramona. Ramona died in exactly the same manner, with one side of her face torn apart. He shot him in the face. She came out tearing one side like that. Isn't this a dangerous detail? Just one negative thought ruined his entire future. Apart from this, it was already shown to us that the children are in danger from Ramona only. While Annie was sitting in her sheet house, Ramona's shadow was shown on her. As if the shadow of that lady fell on their house. And at that time Annie was reading the story of the 3 birds and the wolf. Symbolic again. 3 picks this and the wolf inside Ramona. Ramona was being creepy with the kids. This isn't shown to us properly because we saw the entire movie from the perspective of kind of Ramona's sane mind. not because of his insane mind which was dominating him. Still, if you want to find out, then you just pay attention to Ramona's face. His expressions will tell you. Why were the children scared of him? She had been snapping since morning. This makes you understand that the Jeep was actually moving. When Ramona went to start it, she did not go to start it but to damage it so that Taylor could not drive it. Now that we have come to evil conspiracy, we can even say that power cut was also a part of the plan. Ramona had already fixed the day on which she would finish everything. Then that lady was saying that today is that day, Ramona. While we are talking about details, there are even more mind-boggling details. Let us come to those as well. The lady's shadow uncovered the crashed car to open Taylor's mind. To show him which side of the car is more damaged. The driver is not on the seat. He is on the seat next to him. That means the passenger should die, not the driver. As it happened, on the night of the crash, when both of them were sitting in the car after dinner, a movie was playing in the cinema. The mirror has two faces. This is a real movie whose story is both similar and opposite. What happens in it is that a professor marries a lady named Mary who is not attractive looking. The professor did this intentionally because he was afraid of beautiful girls. Then after marriage he started treating Mari badly. He made Mari's life hell. Even though they had 2 children, his behavior did not change. Then one day he had a car accident. As happened in this movie also. This is right after showing the name of the movie. After the accident, Dr. Boss, a famous plastic surgeon, came into his life. He did plastic surgery on Mary and made her absolutely beautiful. After which Mari felt that now the professor will start loving me because I have become beautiful. But after this he became more cruel because according to him Mary was no longer his Marine. Which means, whoever is cruel will remain cruel. Then, fed up, Marine decided that she would run away with her sister's husband and start a new life. But before that the professor kills Dr. Boss. After which the Marine doesn't run away. She sacrifices her happiness and remains engaged in serving her husband and children. But in this movie, it was exactly the opposite. David loved Ramona very much. Yet she was leaving him and the kids. Then there was a car accident after which Ramona's life completely changed, or should I say, it was ruined. Apart from this, one thing which is being made fun of is that the ghost brought her own chair and sat on it. But actually she had not brought any chair. That chair was already lying in the attic as we had seen. Ramona took it out and placed it in the shed and then sat on it and killed herself. So the lady was shown sitting on it because it was while sitting on it that Ramona reached the mirror world, and this is again the same concept that past, present, future does not matter for the soul. It is very complicated. Let it be. There's already a very detailed breakdown. But there is still a lot I want to tell. But then who will watch this 1-hour video? So let's end it here. I hope you have understood the deep meaning and all the details of this movie. I hope I was able to make you understand. If you liked the video then please like and comment and tell us how you liked this Blumhouse family movie.